What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this video. Hayden Davidson here. Let's check the lighting on the phone. Sorry, let's check that. Yeah, all looks good. Hi everyone, welcome to this video. I was just checking the lighting was working there. Got the old coffee. It's pretty cold though, to be honest. I'm not too happy with the place that I got this. Ooh, it's cold. The barista put too much soy milk in it and now it's got a little bit cold. But anyway, I hope you're all doing fantastic. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about in this video. So, is it right for you to outsource your business or not? Because there's a lot of talks, and I think sometimes, I know I did when I started out, felt a little bit pressured, almost like I had to outsource the business, I had to fully systemize the business, or I don't, and then you do it on your own. And there's some people that outsource it, there's some people that don't, there's some people that do a little bit of outsourcing, there's some people that don't. Personally, I've got a small team, and then I've got a lot of third-party team members or people that are indirectly employed by me that run the business, but including the indirect people, the third-party people, I mean accountants, prep centres, and then VAs that I'm in VA pools with and stuff, so they're indirectly working for me, and then including a few people that directly work for me, just a couple. Then there's probably about 8 or 9 people that help run my business directly or indirectly altogether. So I thought it'd be a good idea for me to put this video together just to give you an idea of my opinions on the topic. So here's how I see it, right? I think, especially in your first 6 months of selling on Amazon, it's probably not right to outsource the business. So why do I say that? And the reason I say that is that if you outsource it in the first 6 months, you're not going to be getting the good learnings that you need in order to build that, that stable core of the business, to understand the core of the business and to understand every single nut and bolt of the business. Therefore, not being able to possibly run it correctly once it's outsourced, because you haven't quite crossed the issues that your team may be that your team may be experiencing, if that makes sense. So I think it's really, really important from an administration point of view, from a knowledge and practical advice point of view, to do it yourself for at least the first 6 months. And I mean everything. Okay, now this is just my opinion. Having said that, if you're starting with 50 grand, it may be a little bit different story, but I wouldn't advise anyone to put 50 grand into online arbitrage if you start, or any selling on Amazon, because you haven't got the experience, so you may end up burning that money or most of it. And then on the other side of that, you want to be doing it yourself, just so that once again, you can reinvest and just prove to yourself that the business works. Now, don't do what I did and waste too long proving it, whether it works or not. Because that can hold you back, and I didn't believe in the process for too long, But you do need a little bit of self-confidence and self-proof to prove to yourself whether it works or not. So that's quite a good thing. It's definitely a good thing to do it yourself, make a bit of money yourself, look at the profit coming back after you've sorted out all refunds and everything like that, which can take time if you're not investing a lot, to actually see profit, because it takes time to keep reinvesting. But once you prove that to yourself, that's when your confidence builds and holds you in good stead for the future. And then with that money that you're getting back in, that's when you can start turning that over and reinvesting it. You don't really want to scale until you've reinvested a certain amount and prove the business works, because otherwise you may end up, your business might not be working. So if you scale too early on and you realise that you haven't calculated all of your costs, for example, if you haven't calculated, I know some people don't even use a software to calculate their profits and losses, etc. And I am shocked by that. I know I didn't for the first 2 or 3 months, but there's people that are doing it for months and they haven't even got a software. I spoke to some guy the other day, he doesn't even use anything to calculate his profit. And he said, yeah, but it's fine for now. And I said, no, it's not fine for now, because you may be making a loss right now. So the first thing you've got to do is get completely on top of your profits, figure out for yourself that it works, make sure what you're doing is working in some way, even if you're only making a tiny bit of profit, and do that before you start to try and scale and outsource. That's the first port of call. If you scale a business and you're losing money, then you're just going to be scaling your loss some more. I hope that makes sense. So that's a very obvious point, but I needed to cover it because someone said to me the other day they don't even use anything to cover that, and I was blown away. So once you've got that sort of core basis and understanding of the business, once you've proved to yourself that it's working and that sort of thing, then you've got to make the decision, right? And there is no right or wrong here. There is no right or wrong. Let me say that, okay? So I believe, right, and this is my opinion, okay, on my journey, you can start by outsourcing. You've got to decide what you want to do. What's the goal for you? Why are you selling on Amazon? Is it a long-term goal to make a lot of money? Is it a short-term goal, but you want to make a lot of money to reinvest in property or something, whatever, another business, whatever? Or is it something that you want to, you know, passively-ish, it's never fully passive, this business, so you need to get that out of your head. But if it's something passively-ish that you want to earn a reasonable but not too much from long term, then that's another thing. You've got to first decide, what is it for you? Okay, what's the goal? What's the long-term goal? What's the 1, 2, 3 year goal? What's the 6-month goal? Before you, you know, do you want to get into private label in the future, wholesale, OA? Do you just want to do OA? You've got to decide all these things because they're going to make the difference to you in the current moment, okay? So decide which route you want to go down and then make the decision moving forwards. Now, I can't make that for you. No one else can make that for you. But let me give you a few case scenarios. If the only reason you are in Amazon is to make a lot of money, okay, you know, a lot. When I say a lot, I mean obviously it's up to you how much you make in terms of how much work you put in, and you know, and all that sort of stuff, how much investment you got. But if your goal is just to make money and you don't want to progress it long term, you don't want to outsource it or make it a proper business, you just want to make a lot of money, then don't outsource. Just do it yourself as quickly as you can. You know, just if you want to make a lot of money just as fast as you can, then prep it yourself. It's going to be hard, but prep it yourself, grind it out. Don't get VAs or anything like that. Just find yourself items, maybe even take some sort of risks if you don't mind selling the items that have got amber IP violation alerts. Now, that's not advice. You know, I don't recommend that, but if you want to make a lot of money, then do that, okay? Just smash it out. If you want to be in this long term, and make you know, a lot of money as well, and you want to do it full time and make a lot of money, and you're not worried about working really hard, and you want to reinvest and grow it as fast as you can, then once again, prep it yourself. Don't outsource it. Smash it out. I know 7-figure people that haven't got any VAs, right? Smash it out yourself. Get to grips. Absolutely grind, and you can make money that way. Okay, you make a lot, you know, a lot, right? On the other hand, right, and this is where I sit, but this may not be right for you. If you want this as a long-term thing and you don't want to be doing much work on it because you haven't got a, you know, it's not something that is like, oh my God, I absolutely love this, but I do love this business, but I don't absolutely love it. It's not like what I want to be doing every minute of the day. That's where I sit, right? So for me, I've outsourced, you know, the majority, and now all I do is purchasing, and I will soon outsource the purchasing, no doubt. I don't make loads of money, but, you know, this month I'll earn like, you know, what's considered probably a full-time salary, but I'll be reinvesting that because I want to grow still. If that's you, then start putting the systems and the processes in. Even if you don't hire people yet, start putting the systems and the processes in order to get that right so that it's ready to go. So you could start with the prep, then you could start with the outsourcing, the sourcing, and then the admin side of things. So I've got a business manager, and then the purchasing, you know, which I'll be doing soon. Start thinking about that process, right? But obviously, I sacrifice a lot of my net profit for that, right? I sacrifice a lot of my net profit for that because I'm happy to sacrifice that because I'm happy to actually earn less money so that I can focus on other income streams as well, to have multiple streams of income, because my long-term vision isn't just having a big Amazon business. You know, there's nothing wrong with it, but that's just not my personal long-term vision. But if you want to do that, then that's right for you. And then you need to start thinking about the systems and processes and all that sort of stuff, and start to outsource slowly, but only once you've done the first steps that I said in the video. So outsourcing isn't right for everyone. And outsourcing is an essential, but it's essential for some people, depending on the lifestyle, depending on the money that you're happy to take, depending on your long-term goals. So I wanted to make that video just to give my overview of my opinions on outsourcing, VAs and all that sort of thing. There's no one size fits all, different strokes for different folks, as they say. I hope that video has helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like if you found that valuable. Please just like the video, that'd be cool. I'll see you in the next.